Greetings. I'm Jacinto Gardea, one of the presenters at the 2021 TESOL Virtual Conference. For this talent show presentation, I'm using an application called Teleprompter. Sandra Cisneros is an acclaimed poet, short story writer, and novelist from the United States. In 1992, almost 30 years ago, Cisneros published a landmark book of poems titled My Wicked, Wicked Ways. The collection includes poems pertaining to children, adolescents, and of course, adults. One of the many extraordinary things about this book is that Cisneros wrote the preface as a poem. In other words, the preface, the section of a book that usually introduces the contents of the book, is actually the first poem in My Wicked, Wicked Ways. I like to share this poem with you. As you listen and see the poem, notice what Cisneros does with the question words when, who, how. Preface, Sandra Cisneros. Gentlemen, ladies, if you please, these are my wicked poems from when. The girl grief decade, my wicked nun years, so to speak. I sinned, not in the white woman way, not as Simone voyeuring the pretty slum city on a golden arm. And no, not wicked like the captain of the Bad Boy Blood, that Hollywood hoodlum who boozed and flused it up, hell-bent on self-destruction. Not me. Well, not much. Tell me, how does a woman who, tell me how does a woman who, a woman like me, daughter of a daddy with a hammer and blistered feet, he'd dip into a washtub while he ate his dinner. A woman with no birthright in the matter. What does a woman inherit that tells her how to go? My first felony I took up with poetry. For this penalty, the rice burned. Mother warned I'd never wife. Wife? A woman like me whose choice was rolling pin or factory? An absurd vice, this wicked, wanton writer's life. I chucked the life my father plucked for me, leapt into the salamander fire. A girl who'd never roamed beyond her father's rooster eye. Winched the door with poetry and fled for good. And I grieved, I'd gone when I was so alone. In my kitchen, in the thin hour, a calendar cassette chanted, repeat after me, I can live alone and I love to. What a crock. Each week, the ritual grief, that decade of knuckle knocks. I took the crooked route and liked my badness, played at mistress, tattooed an ass, lapped up my happiness from a glass. It was something at least. I hadn't a clue. What does a woman willing to invent herself at 22 or 29 do? A woman with no who nor how. And how was I to know what was unwise? I wanted to be writer. I wanted to be happy. What's that? At 20 or 29. Love, baby, husband, the works, the big palookas of life, wanting and not wanting, take your hands off me. I left my father's house before the brothers, vagabonded the globe like a rich white girl. Got a flat. I paid for it. I kept it clean. Sometimes the silence frightened me. Sometimes the silence blessed me. It would come get me late at night, open like a window, hungry for my life. I wrote when I was sad, when there was no love, new, old, to distract me. No 6 brothers with their Fellini racket. No mother, no father with their wives, I told you. I tell you, these are the pearls from that 10-year itch. My jewels, my colicky kids who fussed and wept, kept me up the wicked nights when all I wanted was, with nothing in the text to tell me the who I was, who would become the who I am. These poems are from that hobbled when. 1992 by Sandra Cisneros. Thank you.